welcome to our second Q&A. This time we're going to be talking about Microsoft Reading Progress, which is a tool from Microsoft within Teams. It's actually about two tools, Reading Progress and Reading Coach. My name is Valentin Guerra, alongside Deborah Pengel, Michael Torres, and David Villarreal, who are here to support you, and we'll be able to answer your questions in the chat. Let's start out with some housekeeping rules. Make sure that your mic is muted. Feel free to type questions in the chat section. And if you have not registered on the professional development system, do so at this time. The session ID is 293445. Remember to do the checking code PSJA tech on the PD system. We will be sharing with you these slides afterwards, so you can have access to some of the links that we'll be sharing with you. So what is Microsoft Reading Coach and Microsoft Reading Progress? So just to start it with, let me move myself so you can read it. Well, I'll just leave it like that. It's okay if I'm just blocking a couple of words in there. There are free tools assigned to support educators and students with literacy and fluency. So there's a difference between Reading Progress and Reading Coach. Reading Progress allows students to read passages out loud, record video and audio, and then turn in the recording to the teacher. Then the teachers get able to get data, a lot of information from there, and we're going to go through that. But Reading Coach identifies those words that the student has struggled during that reading and shares guidance of the correct way to pronounce them and provides a chance of further practice for the students. These tools save educators time and provide actionable and timely data and give useful insights to the students' learning. So let's focus on it and let's see if that will help your students with that fluency and additionally later with some comprehension. So in your class on Teams, if you have not checked this, you go on Teams and you will go into this team area over here. Let me just turn into a laser pointer. You go into Teams and Teams, and you will see a class that will be with your name, this school year, and hopefully your room number. When you see that, it will open this up and you will see all of your students' names on the left. You will be able to see homepage, class notebook, classworks. We're only asking you to focus on assignments because in there is how you will be finding reading progress. Once you go into assignments, you will go to create and go to new assignment. In the new assignment, you could go to attach, but it's easier now that they added this learning accelerators. Right now there's two, reading progress and search progress. We're only going to focus on reading progress at this point. You can select either to browse the sample library that they have an agreement with ReadWorks, and you can select from there. Those passages are only in English, but if you upload from your device, you can upload passages that you currently have or from your curriculum from Mi Visión or My Vision, or you can get it straight from Nucella and upload them into Microsoft Reading Progress. Let's continue with that. So now let's go live with Teams. I'm going to grab my Teams and show you what it looks like as a teacher. So you will go to assignments. You will go to create, which you can't see me right now. So let me move myself to the other side so you can see it. You will move to create and then go new assignment like I was telling you earlier. Once you're there, we're going to put learning accelerators and we're going to click on reading progress. In here, I'm going to import Word or PDF. Now, I have downloaded some fluency passages, examples, and I wanted to show you how they will look. So the first one is from the grade 3, Cole reads from My Vision. And this one is in English. And this one is what it looks like. You upload the PDF automatically. It works out. It detects the language, and it gives you all this stuff in here. Now, I will show you with another document, like for example here I added this sentence in here. If there's things that you don't want your students to read because they're not necessary, like numbers or the teak, it might be in there, within here you can click edit and change that in here. So this test, delete this text, is for that exactly. And then you can grab actually the name of the text and delete it from here and name it here on the top. That will be Fox and Cow. Once you do that, this is exactly what the students will be reading. And it gives you the words and the language that is in there. As you can see in here, you can see the student view. I'm going to have to turn off my camera so you can see it back onto, let me see, exit student view. You can see it in student view. And here you can see my camera now because I turned my other camera. Hey, everyone. And they will start, it will do a countdown, and then they will be able to start recording themselves. See if I'm back. And I should be back. You should be able to see me now, but we are not on the, let's see, there we go. After you're done with this, you can go into put the reading level. You can leave it blank. I'm going to leave it blank because I don't know what reading level this will be. And then you can select the genre. Is it fiction, nonfiction? That will give you more data when you start doing this often with your students. Do you want to select time limit for your student? You can select a minute, up to 5 minutes for them to read that passage. And then it's also how many attempts you want your students to do. So let's say that you want them to do this maybe for homework every single day, Monday to Thursday. That you can select 4 times, and then they can read it and they can do it 4 times. You can see their progress throughout the week. On Friday, you can even do it in class, or you can do a final one so you can check their progression. You can put it unlimited, or like I said, you can do it from 1 to 10. Now, this pronunciation sensibility, think about this as how picky, because this is done by AI. The AI is going to be at listening to the student and their pronunciation. So if you're working really hard on your pronunciation, or you're a second language student and the students are actually learning that language, you can do more sensitive. If you have some EBs that are still having a hard time, or maybe elementary school from kinder, first grade, all the way through second or third, you can do less sensitive, so it's able to listen to the student and give them some leeway in that how picky the AI will be. Now, reading coach is here. There you can edit some. This is automatically defaulted on, but you can edit in here what the students will see on coach. So like I said, coach will select the 5 most challenging words for your student, and it will allow them to get some help on how to pronounce them correctly. And these are some of the customizable areas in reading coach. So play the word that will be be read out to you. I don't know if you were able to hear it. Yes. Then this one, which is stretch the word, it will separate it into syllables, so it's easier for the student to read. And also, if you can leave it also in here is a picture. So if you think it will make it easier for your student to understand and comprehend that word, you can leave a picture on. Now the voice, you can change the voice if you want a different person.
Atmosphere.
You can do that. But Jenny will be the one that is the default. It will show the tools at the beginning. You can also change it in here after one try. And then the prompt style will be more supportive or more direct. So let's save it, keep it on. I will suggest, especially for our elementary students, leave them on. Unless maybe you don't want to do the syllabication one, but I think these tools are still important for them to have. Now, this area of comprehension, we're not going to touch it right now. This probably is going to be a whole training on its own, but it's adding comprehension that you can do quizzes after the reading this. So think about your SGMs. If you want to do them here digitally, you can add those questions for comprehension already after they read the passage with fluency. And I will still suggest a required video. The reason that we suggest to required video is like in case your students are trouble pronouncing things, you can see their mouth movements. So then you can use that as information if you need to do a referral. So we're going to do next in here. And you can enter the title. Again, the title was Fox and Crow, and we'll put it in here. And when is it due? Let's make it due by Friday at midnight. If you want this to be for every single student, then you select all students. And if you want it to also be for every single student that comes in even after, so you can select all current and future students. If you want to designate it to individual students, then you can put that and you can select which student to be able to do it. I'm going to pick Riley Elisanda. She's going to be our little guinea pig today. And we're going to put it done in here. And you can add how many points this is going to be. So let's say we're going to give it 5 points. You can add a rubric, add a tag, or anything. So in the instructions, you can say, please select the item below with the book and mic and start your reading passage. So we're going to assign it. And I'm assuming you all will like to see how this looks for the students. So I'm going to present to be Riley right now, and I'm going to shut down my camera. And let's see where Miss Riley is. I think I have it over here. And since I'm here, I'm going to put it on coming. I'm logged in on the web browser as Riley right now. And I put it in here, Fox and Crow. So it's going to open, and this is where you turn in, but she hasn't done anything yet. So they will click right here where I put the book and the mic. They will click it, and it will start reading progress. So now you can see me here in the camera, and I'm going to start it for you to show how it will go. Ready, set, go. We'll start a few seconds, and then it will be ready. Fox was very hungry. It was early spring, and food was scaring. He searched around a house where people lived, but there was no animals to food. There was no even a crumb on the table out back, so Fox headed north looking for food. Soon, he found himself in a clearing where a tall tree grew. In the branches of the tree was a crow. She held a piece of cheese in her beak. Fox's mouth watered. "Oh, Crow," Fox said in his nicest tone, "will you share your cheese with me?" But Crow did not answer. She looked at him and held the cheese in her beak. "Crow, you are a lovely bird," Fox tried again. The crow flapped in her back feathers, said nothing. Still, she held the cheesy tight in her beak. "Crow, I've heard about the beautiful boys for me." "Thank you, Crow," Fox said, and he gobbled it down. All right, so I did a lot of different speeding, stopping, changing, adding words because I want you to see how it will look. So I'm going to use this recording. And again, I left it with unlimited. So if it was just once, it will not allow them to do it more than once time. And as soon as it's uploaded, I'm going to show you that.
These words were the most challenging for you. Select any word to tackle them again.
So now I can show you the part of reading coach. So let's say this one.
When you're ready, press the microphone and read the word out loud.
So these are the ones that I was telling you. So you can, there's no image for fluffed, and there's no way to make it stretched because it's one syllable, but you can hear it.
Fluffed.
So then you will click on the microphone and say, fluffed.
Your effort is showing. Great reading.
So how about crow? Crow cannot be stretched either, but it will show me an image. And you can hear it.
Crow.
And then you can say, crow. But if they say it incorrectly, birdie.
So close.
It was close.
Let's read the word again.
So if you say it completely wrong, car.
What did you say? Try reading the word louder.
Rib. Birds. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to put yes. And then I'm going to turn it in. If you gave them multiple, they could have done it again. But once they turned it in, they get a little celebration pizza, apparently. And that's making me a little hungry. But I'm going to turn this out and then open Teams again so we can see together what it looks like now as the teacher that Riley turned it in. So we will go here to Fox and Crow. And we see that Riley turned it in. And this is all of the data that you got. 106 correct words per minute. 65% accuracy. 7 mispronunciations. 18 insertions. 53 omissions, 0 repetitions, and self-corrections. Also in the practice words, you can see that I was having a hard time practicing with birds, what tools that I use, it tells you as a teacher. And then beyond that, it tells you the expression. So were they using a period? Were they exclamations? Were there any questions, extended pauses, and rush reading? So this was done in there because I skipped those words, the ones that are scratched. And then let's go back to accuracy. One of the cool things about here is that if you click on the word, you can go straight to jump in the word and actually listen to see if maybe you need to change it. Hues where people. So I did say it wrong. So it is something that was wrong in there. You can go into any word and go jump to that word. You share your cheese with me. And then if you don't want to use the auto detect, you can listen to the recording yourself and go recording whichever you feel that it's what you needed to do. And held the cheese in her. So those were not done like that. So all these tools are there for you. You can do it your own. You can have the auto detect, or you can just go ahead and jump onto any of the words and make sure that it is what you're saying. I'm like, maybe your student will say, but I said it correctly. Well, then you can just flogging her bike's feather set and nothing still. And you can also change, like after you did it, the auto detect, if I wanted to make it low or if I wanted to make it higher. The accuracy rate drops. There's a lot of different things that happen in there. So as a teacher, you can enter the feedback. Good try. Let's read this again on next assignment, which I misspelled it, but I just wanted to do it quickly. And then you got 4 points. So I'm going to return this. And then as a student, you're not going to be able to see this until the teacher returns it to you. So let me open it up. Now that I'm here and you go to the assignments. Hold on. It just told me that Valentin gotta return my assignment, and it's right here. So I can see now as Riley everything that I worked on and why that I didn't do. But as Riley, I was like, I remember I said correctly. So why is it a mispronunciation? Ask Riley, I can go and check that out. Set and nothing still. She held that cheesy time. I can make sure that I did omit it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I can go here and then, oh, I cannot go because I omitted it, so it's not recording. I can go to lovely and I can jump to the word. Beautiful boys. Okay, that sounded kind of funny. But with all this, it also shows her the expression, how she was using and I was doing that reading. Now, all this is great. I'm going to go back into teacher. And then I'm going to show you some of the previews of how Riley progressed over time. Obviously, if she's been doing the same passage, it can show you more of the because I didn't put the filters. Of the information and the data. So you can see it over time, how it goes, and then how they compare to the class. This you will see it more once you start doing it more often. So you will see lines connecting, average word per minute, accuracy rate per person per child. And then you can go into this phonics rule preview. This is really important for here in elementary because there are some rules that maybe were challenging. So let's see if there were some in here that you were like, well, maybe the R and the T and the S, you can create a challenging assignment that will go to the students, and you will do all these words that you want to select. You create the assignment. And it gives them this challenging assignment so the students can read those words that were created. So it works out with everything that was already done from the data that you're having. Let me go back in here. side, teams. Return here. We'll go back here. And then you can select all genre. There's a lot of different types of reports that you will be able to run and practice. But one of the most important thing is that you need to keep on it and keep on putting it to your students. You can do it for homework. You can do it this is for individual student and end their time in the classroom, and make sure that if you're going to do it with everybody in your classroom, for them to use microphones and headsets for other voices not to be in there, because this is very important for them to do. With that, now I'm going to go back into the slide and share with you that with this slides, we have some resources that we put together. In this Google Drive, you will find resources in Savas reading passages. You will have to separate them yourself, but the easiest way to do it is when you grab a passage, copy and paste it if it's on a PDF, and put it on Word. That might be easier, and get rid of all the numbers, because I'm going to show you, after I show you the slide, that if you leave it like that, it will copy exactly on Teams reading progress. There's a video from Microsoft about the learning accelerators, and it's mainly about reading coach and reading progress. And this is from our conference Recreate. And additionally, I found some videos of how to use reading progress and reading coach in YouTube, which is from them, and it will give you the same information that we just talked about, a little bit more in depth, and some maybe some more additional pointers. But right now, I will encourage you to start using it. You will have to accept your class for your students to be able to do it. So when you're here and you click on your class, you will see a banner if you have not activated for activating your class. And lastly, I want to share with you that our September trainings are as follows. We do have our next training that will be our Unmute and Recharge. It will be next week, but this week on September 21st, we'll have an Unmute and Recharge from 4:15 and 5. We have a new Cella training by Marco on 9/26, and our last Java Chat of the month, which will be with Lorena de los Santos, our CIT at 4 Elementary on 9/27 at 7:15 to 7:45 in the morning. I will share with you again, this is our instructional technology website. So if you want to take a snapshot on it, all the other 4 links are there in our website. This is our YouTube channel that gives you access to everything that we've recorded, and our whole conference is there. And then our social media, X, Facebook, and Instagram. And before I let you go and we stop the recording, I want to just show you again in here that if we do a new assignment and we add an assignment that still has more data than just words, this is what will happen. So you will see the TEKS practice and the numbers. You do want to take those out, because if you don't, the AI is going to expect the student to read them, and it doesn't look pretty, because this is how it will look. So you can click on edit and delete it, delete the directions. Another thing will be, make sure that if it's easier for you just to copy and paste it, do it to a Word document, and you can upload that. And let me choose a new passage, because the other one that I had here is directly from New CLA, and it had a picture. So I just wanted to show you how it will look. And that before you assign it, you can go in here in Teams, and in the assignment itself, edit it. So you can go here, and then you can take out Nucella. You can use the word count on the level. So the level will be here already, is giving you 660L. So that you can use. So that's good that Nucella gives you that. The word count, well, that will be there already. And then I will take this out and maybe put this as the title. And then I'm going to remove this about the and make sure that it looks okay and it's proper. So this, once you put it in here, it recognizes the language. But right now it says Spanish for Spain. Make sure that if you don't want Spanish for Spain, you select Spanish from Mexico. So it doesn't expect the accent from Spanish or Spain Spanish. Everything you will do in here, you will do next, and then it will be ready for you to assign it to your students.